What is up, everybody? I'm NoLucksGiven here with another raid challenge video. Now, what I really like doing with these raid challenge videos is showing just how easy some of the tier 5 raid bosses are to defeat in Pokemon Go, and Rayquaza is obviously no exception. Rayquaza is a super easy duo. You can practically solo it if you're able to get the friendship bonus and the weather bonus and just have the other person sit there. But what we're going to be looking at today is one of my favorite types of challenges, and that is a 2v1. Now, obviously, any duo is a 2v1, two trainers versus one Pokemon, but this time we're going to be evening the playing field here, two Pokemon versus one Pokemon. So me and my buddy Jameson Instinct are both going to be using only one Mamoswine each and trying to take down this Rayquaza. Now, obviously, Mamoswine isn't tanky enough to be able to just solo it. Each time we revive our Mamoswines, we've got to scroll back over to the same battle party. We've both set up a lobby that only has one Mamoswine in it and nothing else. And then we're also going to be using the quick lobby trick that just saves a little bit of seconds off of the clock here, and you're welcome to do that yourself. One of the things, Rayquaza is still around for a week, and some people may have lost some motivation. I don't know. It's still one of the best Pokemon in the game, and the shiny's out, so no reason not to raid it, really. But this is a cool challenge. Rayquaza is still around for a week, so you'll see the times that I am able to put up in this video. Feel free to try to submit your own times, and you can tag me on Twitter. I'll drop a hashtag that you can use too, and you can follow along with anyone else submitting times here. So this first clip that we're going to be looking at, you may notice there is a Dialga in there with us. We're also only looking at one side of this battle. The person that I was duoing it with kind of messed up. He got a phone call right as the raid was about to start, so that messed up his recording, and it meant that he wasn't paying super attention and wound up going in with the wrong team. So he actually goes in with his Dialga team and then just runs, doesn't use a single attack. There's no way to prove that. Dialga might have been in there for a death as far as we know, but we can see now as we look at the screen. I'm just soloing it while he runs, or he might be back in the fight already at this point. I don't have his side of the battle, so it's not super clear what's going on, but I just wanted to roll this while I am talking here, kind of doing this preamble, and next in the video we'll be able to show two of us battling side by side, and I'll do a little bit more in depth. Now, while we were battling this, I think we got one of the best move sets, and as far as if you guys decide to submit challenges to me, the rules I'm going to lay out is just no snowy boost. That would make it just super easy and kind of just makes the playing field crazy. I'm not really sure if anybody has snow at this point, but obviously some parts in the world are snowing right now. So you can use partly cloudy boost or windy boost if you feel that Rayquaza having weather boosted moves can give you better times. Probably not. You probably just want to go for clear or rainy or cloudy in this case. But all of those are acceptable. And yeah, I'm curious to see who can submit the best times here. There's a few other tips that I wanted to go over. Really, you don't have to use any of these tips. One of the, funny things is there's a lot that we do wrong in this video, but that actually shows just how easy it is to defeat Rayquaza, which is also kind of the point. one thing that you'll want to do, definitely have a blank lobby to shave a few seconds of time off, and then also have a lobby with only one Mamoswine. Both of those are important to the challenge. Another thing is just your item management. What you can do is delete all of your lesser potions, and your you can delete your normal revives if you want to. That's not really necessary if you get out all the potions, but I'm going for a revive here, and you'll see if I wanted to max revive, I'd actually have to scroll down a little bit through my items. So that's like a half a second or a third of a second that you just don't have to spend if you just take a second to manage your inventory. It might mean you have to turn off your Pokemon Go Plus or Gacha, but that'll save a few seconds just turning that off, so that way you don't accidentally collect any super potions or normal potions just while you're battling. And then for the last one here, Rayquaza's only just got that little sliver left, so I even just revive it. And you'll see sometimes I potion, sometimes I run and then potion my Swinub, or Mamoswine, named Swinub, and then sometimes I max revive it. So you can really do whichever. A key thing in this challenge is actually communication with your raid partner, and that's one of the things that I'm going to be looking at in the next video, or, you know, same video here with you guys, don't click away, but the next two videos that we're going to be looking at, when I'm going to be showing both of their things side by side. His phone is an Android, so it actually records the voice comms. So I'm going to be listening in on that one and seeing if anything neat happens with that. So let's jump into that duo where we can see both sides of the battle. So let's take a look here at this battle shown from both perspectives. We're going to be looking at Jameson's screen and my screen at the same time. And one of the... Obviously, we're going to start with the empty lobby trick like I brought up before. That's really important. And then you want to jump in with about 298, 297 seconds left on the clock. I don't know exactly what the common strategies are for that right now, but that's basically what you want to look at. So we are also going to be dodging a lot. You will have to dodge in this challenge. That's what makes it part of a challenge. For such a fat Pokemon, so thick but so quick. Yeah. That is that's a pretty funny line that I threw in there, I think, and it is really important to note. Here is a little bit of an error here that we both die at the same time, but Mamoswine, one of the key things that makes this challenge so fun is that Mamoswine's fast move and its charge move are both super fast. So even though it is a big mammoth of a Pokemon, it can really dodge. So here we're going to be doing a little bit better of a job dodging, though I do get hit there with, I think this is Aerial Ace. Yeah, this is Air/Aerial Ace Rayquaza. Which I think is what our first challenge was as well. I think this is the easiest moveset. So here I'm going to run with a little bit of health, so that way Jameson and I can stagger our re-lobby time. So the reason that you really want to do that, if you don't already know, here's another error, though, as well. I'll go back to that in a second. I accidentally click on that recommended party of Pokemon, so that lags me out for like 5 seconds, 7 seconds there, while I just have to look at my phone. So do try to avoid things like that, obviously, but sometimes you can't. So, yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. So communication winds up being really important in these raid battles. You'll see Jameson just came in on a charge move there and immediately lost a big chunk of his health. I'm getting a little mind-flooded here listening to the comms as we are doing it. It's a little bit helpful, but it's also a little bit crazy, so maybe that's not the best idea. I'm like hearing myself say different words and trying to listen to that while also keeping a coherent thought. Anyways, yeah, you do want to stagger your re-lobby times, because if no players are currently fighting against the boss, it will regen a little bit of its health back. So that's what we're going to be trying to do a little bit better here. And I think I am like just able to get back in basically right as Jameson dies there. And that's super important. In the comms, we are both, maybe I'll play like a clip of it right here, just kind of out of place, because nobody's dying right now. But I'll let him know whenever I'm into the red on my health bar. He'll let me, so we'll both say right now, okay. He'll say, I'm in the red. I'll say, me too, and then I'll jump out. He will then try to dodge for a little bit longer while I heal and get back in. Yeah, so this is a great example of it, because he knows I'm dead, so I'm going to max revive my Mamoswine, and then jump back in there with him, and I get in right as he dies. So that's pretty important. The other thing that you can do if you are attempting this challenge yourself, anytime Rayquaza does a charge attack, call it out. That'll really help if someone joins the battle immediately or rejoins the battle immediately as Rayquaza fires off a charge attack, and that'll really just help you guys stay on the same page. So we keep going here. I just take that one to the face so that I can get out of that battle, and he's also going to take one, so we're going to get a little bit more regen on Rayquaza. Like I said, not a perfect run. We're both healing up our Mamoswines right now. It's going to be pretty bad as far as setting any records here, but you know what? That means we left the door wide open. You guys have got a week. Show me how well you can complete this challenge. Show me how good you are and how well you can complete this challenge yourselves. It's super easy. Everybody has the Mamoswine candy from Community Day. You only have to max one. You've got to teach it the right moves. I mean, these are things you're probably already doing for Rayquaza anyways. You might not have one maxed out, and there we go. I think we get this one. And this is one with proof. The other one we won't count because his recording messed up. So I think we had like 8 or 7 seconds, 7 to 9 seconds left on the end of that raid there. And that is definitely a beatable time. So if you've got your Mamoswines at around like level 30, sure, you can already duel it, but you and a buddy both power one up, max it out. It's going to save you revives in the long run because you'll have a Mamoswine that won't die as much. But in the meantime, you can spend some revives on this challenge, which is a lot of fun. So thank you, Jameson, for doing that with me. Now, we did both of these challenges. We did the first recording 2 weeks ago on Raid Hour, and then we did this one last week on Raid Hour, and this week you guys aren't going to have Raid Hour. So we spent the entire time Raid Hour just raiding Rayquaza normally, and then once Raid Hour was over, there's typically like one that goes a little bit later, and that's when we would do our challenge, and that happened to be the easiest moveset both times, so we kind of got a little bit lucky there. But this Raid Hour is Azelf. So can you still do a 2v1 challenge? I think you can. These next 2 clips that we are going to be looking at are both attempts at an Azelf 2v1 using Giratina. Now, both of these attempts are failures, and both of them are from my perspective. I didn't bother getting Jameson's perspective because, well, we didn't win. So I'm just showcasing these. This is a much more difficult challenge, but I know it can be done. And one of the reasons that I know it can be done is this legendary raid hour. We're also going to have increased friendship bonus, which will make this challenge even easier. I did forget to mention, you should probably be best friends with the person that you're attempting these challenges with. I think the Rayquaza one is still definitely possible with Ultra Friends, if anybody wants to give that a shot, with that increased Ultra Friend bonus right now. But here's some attempts looking at an Azelf 2v1, a Giratina versus Azelf 2v1, and This one is pretty hard, though we get super, super close at the end of these raids. There's like a sliver of health left on the Azelf. Again, try to do it without Fog Boost, though. I mean, if you can get Fog Boost at 6 o'clock at night in the US, you know, I guess more power to you. There's no way for you to really turn it off there, right? So with Fog, it's definitely super possible. But I just wanted to showcase these raids with Raid Hour coming up tomorrow when I post this video. This is another challenge that I really wanted to do. I don't think that Jameson and I are going to be able to make it happen. I think we're going to do other stuff on raid night. Just have other plans. Azelf, non-shiny, not super exciting. We're gonna go live our lives. But for those people that don't have lives, no, just kidding. For those people that want an interesting challenge, you know, if you're thinking to yourself, same thing with me, Azelf Raid Night isn't that exciting. You can spend an hour doing this, and that might be time better spent for you. So yeah, same kind of thing, same tips going on. You want to dodge as much as possible. You want to be calling out when you're in the red here. Though, right, Azelf with that Swift. If you can find the Swift moveset, Azelf's fast move will actually deal more damage to you. I forget what its fast move is here, but the fast move is doing about as much damage as the charge move, so you really don't have to dodge at all. You can see we get it down to the yellow in both of these runs with about 134 seconds, so it's not looking great in either of these runs, but it is super, super close. So definitely worth trying out yourself. If you do attempt any of these runs, you can throw them on. You can at me on Discord on the Pogo Raids Discord channel. If you can put up a really good time, you can throw that up on the Pogo Raids subreddit as well, r/Pogo Raids. Then you can also at me on Twitter at NoLucksGiven, same handle everywhere. And let's use a little hashtag action there. Hashtag NLG 2v1, so NoLucksGiven 2v1, and then also Azelf 2v1, hashtag Azelf 2v1, or hashtag Ray 2v1. So all three of those hashtags I'll be following to see if anybody submits these runs. This Azelf run, you only have an hour to try to complete it, whereas the Rayquaza run is a lot easier and you have all week. So at the end of the week, we'll be looking for the best time. The Azelf run, I'm just curious if anybody is willing to go out and do it. It should be a lot easier, I'll say, with the best friend bonus. If we were to have done this exact same run, either of these exact same runs with the increased best friend bonus multiplier that we have right now until the end of the month, that definitely would have been possible. But as is, we fall a little bit short. Remember some of the tricks too that I brought up in this video. Call out when you're in the red, specifically so that you are not getting your regen, you're not both dead at the same time and allowing the boss to regen. So here is the end yet, and both of them expire with 6 and 5 seconds left on the raid, so super close. With Giratina, you really don't have to call out as much, especially if you get that swift charged move on the Azelf, because he can tank that charge move. So you really don't need to dodge, you are just spam tapping, and that's basically it. You do like a little bit of dodging, and then it's just a little bit of how efficient you can be in the lobbies, and with, you know, just probably, what were we, 7 seconds short, and we were robbed 6 seconds by Niantic, so definitely make sure to do those fast lobby glitches as well. But both of those should definitely be doable. The Azelf one I really want to see, and hit me with your best Rayquaza times as well. Hashtag NLG2v1 for both of those challenges, and then hashtag Ray2v1 for the Rayquaza challenge, hashtag Azelf 2v1 for that one. I hope you had fun watching. If you learned anything, or if you just want to see more in the future, hit that like button and follow to see more content, or subscribe as it is on YouTube. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. I'm NoLucksGiven. Peace.